everyone, it's Vampy Cat here, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. On the last episode, we finally defeated Lord Dohalim and we knocked him back into his senses. Then we stopped an uprising from Kelzelek, Dohalim's right-hand man, who was the one who was behind the entire plot with the Fruit of Helgen. We found out that he was actually betraying Dohalim for a different lord, because he didn't like that Dohalim didn't have any ambitions to be sovereign. But we stopped his plans and we got Dohalim on our side. So now we've got Best Boy Dohalim in our party and we are ready to head into the next area. Hopefully we're gonna pick Kisara before we leave as well. So that being said, let's just jump into it. I'm so excited to have Dohalim.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelek, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
I really like Kisara. Alright, let's head forward. Alright, we're going to the southern gates. That's our objective. So let's head on out of here. This place is still so beautiful. I love the mixture of like the beautiful architecture with all of the plant life. I really, really love
You all arrived
Vicent.
here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
Well, we are here.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
But maybe we didn't need
This
to.
realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
I do hope they learn to live in peace.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry
Oh my
about, Kisara.
god.
I'll do your brother proud.
That's so cute.
Looks like it's time to go.
She was waiting for
Take
them.
good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
She wanted to say goodbye to Legil and she was waiting for them to leave. Aww. I knew she wouldn't just run away. She does have a lot to think about, but I can't speak. But Kisara wants to keep her brother's dream alive more than anything. So no matter what she's going through, she's gonna keep fighting onward.
Did you come to say goodbye?
No, she's coming with us.
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Yes! Wife acquired!
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us.
She's so
I thought we had been
amazing.
given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface.
Yeah, everything takes work. Nothing
I
is
chose
perfect.
to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother,
It
Miguel's
definitely
death
was
wasn't
not your fault.
Kisara.
perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to.
I love
I
Kisara.
learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
Aw,
I
she's
have.
so mature.
And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
We have a world
And
to
here I thought you
save.
joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renin lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part. That you fight alongside me. Not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do.
I love
Dohalim.
Kisara.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
I love Dohalim too.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger.
I love Law
All right,
too.
where to, team?
Why is every character is just so good? Every character is
We
so
make for
good.
Mahag Saar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
All right, next element is air. We befriended Kisara. Oh, we have a lot of SP to spend. But I don't even actually know if I can spend some of it. Ah! He's a healer too? Or at the very least, he doesn't seem to be a healer, but he is a support. Because he doesn't have a heal skill, but he has resurrection, which is really interesting. Look at our family! We're so cute! I realize that my face kind of cuts off Kisara and Law, but they look so fucking cute! Okay, we have another skit here.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before. But looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me. Even before I joined the Eldaman and Sia Guard.
It's funny, they all
So, in
love
a way,
Kisara so much.
Using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do.
New
That
wife.
goes for you too, Dohalim.
New fucking wife.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
She's so
I'm not sure how
dependable.
much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought.
Oh, come on, Alphen. You die
I'm
in
sure
every
you'll do
single
us proud,
battle.
Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
Kisara's just great. She's so mature and dependable, and she knows that, like, she has to do what she can to protect Migala's dream and free the world, bring peace to the whole world, even if it means protecting Dohalim, who she doesn't necessarily agree with. Although she seemed to kind of forgive and not blame him because she knows that even though he kind of started things as a lie, now that he is working toward the same goal as her, she knows that, like, he actually believes in it now. So, she's just fucking great. She's understanding, caring, mature, dependable, and she doesn't really need any sort of praise to do what she does. She just protects people because she wants to, and I fucking love her.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
Okay, listen, he was a
I've
piece
said
of
this
shit,
before,
though.
but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
I love Xion.
Xion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Xion says some things in a harsh way, but she means well by them. Like, in that case, like, she kind of came off harsh in the way that she said it, but what she really meant was, like, there's no point in talking about your mistakes of the past, considering that now you're making up for them. Like, regardless of if you wanted peace for a dumb reason, now that you actually are working toward peace for the good reasons, it doesn't really matter. She's like, don't waste time thinking about all the bad shit you did in the past if you're making up for it now, and now you're on the right path and have the right reasons.
Hey, are we gonna get going or what?
Law! I'm talking. Alright. Law wants us to go, so we go.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Where's the owl?
Mahag Saar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
Oh my god. Law is such a dork. He acts so confident, but, like, he believes in himself the least out of anybody there. Alright, the owl is over this way.
I'll take that.
In the tree, maybe? No? Oh, I hear it. Oh no! Don't you charge me, I'm looking for an owl. Oh, up there. Aw, devil tail. Oh, I never went back. Yeah,
On in the forest.
I never went back to the forest. I think next time that I get a teleport point, I'm gonna go check out the forest. All right, there's a lot of boars here. I'm not gonna fight them all.
A fish!
Can we finally go fishing?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to.
Kisara's
It's
so
terrible to
hot.
swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Oh, so she was a fisher.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
How did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Excuse me, mommy? Sorry, mommy? Oh my god, Kisara is so hot. Let's test it out.
Everything
her.
looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this.
She's so fucking hot.
Ha!
Soft shake, hard shake, reel in. Oh. That's what I'm doing. Ah, okay.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Okay, there's arrows. And I press A to reel in. Okay, it's kind of similar to Final Fantasy 15 fishing. You have to use the arrows to push it in a certain direction and then reel in.
I'll get you next time.
But I'm not particularly familiar with exactly how it wants me to do it yet, though. Let's try one more time.
Okay, change of plan.
Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, they all liked this one.
There we go.
Okay. I got it.
Anybody could reel in that.
Nice, you caught it.
Okay, that's not that bad. Let's try one more. So this part is like a sort of rhythm game. You just have to press it when it's in the green circle until you catch something.
I've got something.
And then you just need to lower the fish's health by reeling in and pressing the buttons. Okay, it's not that bad.
Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice, you caught it.
I love Kisara. God. Wife material.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
Now that's speaking Shion's language. Did you
When you
see
put it
her
like
face
that.
change?
Maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
She's so pretty.
Okay.
Hey, you look like you know your way with a rod. I've been fishing a long time and have built up a good collection of equipment for it. I'll share it with you if you're interested. I just want one thing in exchange. All I ask is for you to show me records of any fish you catch. The more you catch, the more equipment I'll hook you up with. If you need anything, I'm always here. Don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. Okay, the fishing expert stays at Talca Pond, and he can teach you the basics about fishing. If you show him your fishing notes, he'll tell you where to go to catch fish you haven't found, as well as giving you new fishing gear based on how much you've caught. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So it kind of gives you an incentive to catch more fish, and he helps you learn where to go to get fish you haven't gotten before, in case you want to, like, collect them all. Alright, that's cool. So we can fish now. Oh, and she has a fishing emblem as well. Okay, okay. So now the fishing spots mark on our map, too. That's kind of awesome. Let's continue forward. Hello? Are you okay? Woo, you're a lifesaver. Now I can get back to my miss... Sorry, forget I spoke. Carry on, don't mind me. Was he gonna say mistress?
I'm
I got a new
amazed
shield.
what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Aww. Everyone's so quiet.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
She doesn't.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
See, Law
But she
is so
doesn't serve him
fucking
anymore.
awesome.
It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
Oh, come on.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
I think Rinwell was actually a little harsh there. I do understand that, like, Kisara doesn't need to act like she's his employee or his guard anymore, but it's hard to break habits, and, like, asking Dohalim if he's comfortable with something doesn't necessarily mean she's asking permission. It's a good habit in general to ask the people that are affected by what you're doing if they're comfortable with what you're doing. I don't think that was necessarily her still trying to serve him. Rinwell was a little bit harsh on that. I mean, Law was kind of right. Like, if that's what they're comfortable with, it's fine for them to still do it, whether she's oh my god. If that's what they're comfortable with, it's okay for them to still do that oh my god. Like, as long as they're comfortable with it, then it's okay for them to still do that, even if they're not, like, Lord and Guard anymore. But if they decide they don't want to be like that anymore, then they don't have to be. Like, they just kind of have to figure that out for themselves as they go. So, Law was right in saying if that's what they're comfortable with, they can do it, and if they don't want to, they don't have to. Like, Rinwell's pushing it a little bit.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
Dohalim likes to
I'm glad
talk
at
in
least one of
riddles.
us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I love Dohalim. So is that his special attack is like a vine attack that holds them in place? Because that would be cool. Since this is a fast travel point, why don't I actually go back to the Owl Forest? Where is it? Oh, it's in Other. All right, let's go back to the forest real quickly and see what he wants to give us.
Senses something.
We just got a lot of stuff.
Look, it's all the owls we found. I guess this was their way of thanking us for finding them.
It looks like they're grouping up by color. Is that a thing?
Actually, the color of Dan and Owl's feathers is based on their maturity and their astral energy element. So maybe they stick to certain groups even if they all belong to the same kingdom.
Then I guess that means we can tell just how many owls we found in each domain.
They seem to be saying something.
Maybe they're thanking us for finding their buddies. Then again, maybe they're telling us that we have more owls to find.
I think the Queen is protesting that they shouldn't put undue pressure on us.
Aww. I love that Xion understands them.
Maybe he's arguing back that we're the only ones they can actually turn to?
Right. Which is why the Queen is worried about sowing any ill will with us.
Aww.
We'll do our best, so don't worry, I think.
Can you understand them?
Of course not. I'm just inferring. For some reason, when I hear them talk, that's just what I imagine them saying.
Oh, well, I think you're pretty close to the mark at least.
Well, don't worry about it. We're not breaking our backs over this.
Oh, the owls are so
I think
cute.
that was a thank you.
Seems like it, from both of them.
I want to find all the owls.
Hoodle seems happy with this. Isn't that nice, Rinwell?
Huh? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Look at all the little owls that we've helped. Here's all the red ones. Oh, they're all on different colored trees as well. Here's all the ones from Cyslodia. Oh, this perch seems to be full. So did we find all of the ones in Cyslodia? There's still room for some owls on this perch. We didn't find all of the ones in Calaglia. We haven't gone here yet. We haven't gone here yet. So there's still more owls in Elda Menencia as well. But we did find all the ones in Cyslodia. Okay, that's awesome. So let's go back to where we were It was, here we go. Taika Pond Road. Okay.
We finally made it.
And let's camp out and head forward.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
She's talking about fashion
Originally.
again.
I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed. Especially with that open back.
Yeah, the open back is
We guardsmen
really
pride
pretty.
ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
La. I love that Xian loves fashion. I think it's cute that all of the characters have their own, like, little interests. It kind of just makes them feel more like real people. Like, along with them having their own personalities and stuff, there's just different things that they like. Xian loves fashion and food, and La loves working out. Alphen loves armor and weapons. I think it's awesome that they all have things that interest them. It's just a nice little touch. Alright, what can we cook? Heal HP after battle. Honestly, that's pretty good.
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
I love Dohalim! Okay, so we've got scenes with Dohalim, Kasara, and La. La is my favorite, so I'm tempted to do him, but we also haven't had scenes with Dohalim or Kasara yet. Kasara is wife of the episode, and just wife in general, so why don't we talk to Kasara?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives. So it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol. The one I looked up to and wanted to be like.
Aw,
When I became a
relatable.
guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother.
Aww.
So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him.
That's so... Oh my god, I was gonna say cute
You know
and
what?
sweet at the same
I'm at a
time.
good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
She's so cute.
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
She's holding up so well, too, despite all of that happened. And it seems like she's kind of using this opportunity to tell other people about Miguel and let them learn the kind of person that he was. That way she can kind of relive those memories and share them with other people to kind of help her with her own grief. It's really sweet.
I'll
I
take
really
walks
like
tonight.
Kisara.
It's okay.
Law got an emblem called Growing Boy. Oh, we got Recover. That's gonna help.
Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Oh god, Kasara is kind of a mom friend too. I love it.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Oh, the Renans didn't even
Mine
know
too.
about him.
We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
So that's what she was
I know that
doing
once
when
the
she
spirit
left?
vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
I fucking love her. Wife!
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Sounds
Indeed.
about right.
And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Aww. He's like, damn it, I didn't mean for this to be a serious discussion. Ooh, these things are cool. What are you guys protecting over there? Just this? Shoop. And goodbye. Ooh, you guys are cool. This is a pain. Why can't this Zoogle stand still? Heh, perhaps it's time I deploy my secret weapon. I'll stop it right where it stands. Okay, this is where we're gonna have probably a tutorial, yeah, for Dohalim's boost attack. Okay, so this can stop them from evading.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. If he slows down, that's our chance. No further.
It's like trying to keep up with a wall.
Oh, it knocks him straight down.
Prepare to be sealed. I'll run you through.
Light them up! In here! Stockpile!
In a bind. Prepare to be sealed. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
You're done. I'll tear you apart. No further. Eat this.
Why is it not giving me the success? I thought it was dodging. Okay, so maybe I have to wait until it's being even more dodgy. Like that, maybe? There we go. Oh, I just noticed it has green on the bottom of it now. I think that might be from Dohalim's ability, like showing that their evasive abilities are completely nullified. Jesus, these things have a lot of health.
It's time to finish this! Dive! Consuming wildfire! Raging
I'll run you through! Eat this! I'll tear you apart! Double demon Eternal finish it! Dohalim! Hey! Blow them away!
Oh, that was so cool. They both are like very
Got some
mobile
interesting moves there,
characters.
Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all.
Aww,
Huh?
he really is trying
What's
to make
wrong?
up for his mistake.
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Aww.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old.
I'm kind of with
Oh, but it
Flaw
does.
on some of
Holding
this
it in your
stuff.
hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course,
I fully understand the need to preserve and protect those pieces of history because they do give you a really good sense of the past, and it's good to not forget the past. But at the same time, like, I personally am just really not that interested in history. I'm not really the type of person who likes to, like, go to museums and look at historical objects and things like that. Like, I don't care too much about physical, like, artifacts and relics and stuff, but I also understand why it's so important to protect them at the same time. Ages ago, this worn-down hammer was used to beat back crocodiles. Those skilled enough to dual-wield with it were lauded as champions. Oh my god. Artifacts confer special effects simply by having them, some of which serve as bonuses that can be enjoyed after clearing a game. You can toggle each of these effects on or off from the artifact effect list. Oh, interesting. Oh, and now we have additional arts. Ah, that's really cool. Okay, Dohalim's a treasure hunter. That's awesome.
that treasure. What a sweet sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
A hard-won victory.
Well, why don't we check what other arts we can set? Okay, that's cool. I was wondering kind of if we would get another set of attacks that we could use, just because it felt weird like we could only use 3, but there are so many other skills that we could actually
Visibility
learn.
along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did
Aww,
have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
that's kind of hilarious. I love Dohalim though. He honestly had a lot to think about. Which way should I be going? Well, this way is a dead end, so let's go here and see if there's any special treasure here. What are you guys protecting? You are protecting a treasure. Well, let's fight. Honestly,
Holding back.
I really love Kisara and Dohalim's relationship because it's so interesting. Like, they had a history as, you know, Lord and Guard, and Kisara really believed in him and his dream. And then learning that his dream was basically a lie, and that what he wanted was literally just to protect himself. It's just an interesting thing that, like, she believed in him so much and learned that she wasn't believing in him for the right reasons. Or not that she wasn't believing in him for the right reasons, but that she didn't really have a reason to believe in him like she thought she did. But now they're kind of like repairing that relationship because now he actually does have the right reasons. Oh, I missed that. Fuck, can you heal me, Xion? Why is she not healing me? Yeah, ally HP 50% or less. She should be using that. Xion, fucking heal me. Thank you.
That's the power of comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms.
Aww.
In here. More for the stop. Confiscated.
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you?
Coming through!
Jesus.
No!
But yeah, what I was saying, it's just really interesting to see how Kisara and Dohalim are gonna kind of rebuild that relationship, considering they had a foundation to their relationship that was kind of based on a lie. And now that
I wonder if we
Dohalim,
can make new weapons with this.
now that Dohalim has a better reason and wants to make that lie a reality this time, they're gonna have to learn to trust each other again. So it's just an interesting dilemma for two people who did really trust each other, and then learning that there was a reason for them to not really actually trust each other in that way, and then having to rebuild that trust from the ground up again. It's just an interesting concept.
I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Where are you going? Airborne beast. My spec.
We got flyers.
I've got it. Marksman handling.
All yours.
I'm on it.
Ignite.
Here's a healing arc.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Lightning orb. Mine.
I'm on it.
Ooh, Talon Hurricane is fucking cool.
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Glacial spear. Here's the eagle. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this.
Deus roar. Dance in the wind.
First strike.
Now I'm only getting.
Rising Falcon.
I need to be stronger.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
You weren't messing around.
That's awesome. Yeah, I hate hiking, but I'm also just not like a person who's particularly fond of exercise in general.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me.
I never fit.
There you go. I feel like me again. SD airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours
The
truly.
enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that. I'll be saving this one. Glacial spear. Here's a eagle sword. Freeze lancer.
How dare you! All good things come to an end. I'm on it.
is just so cool.
Now! Frozen! Hammer! Here I go!
You know, Law, watching it really makes me realize
Makes you realize what?
maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
She's like, don't think. Aw.
Improvement.
It was like a compliment and an insult. Saying that like he doesn't think, but also that like sometimes it's good in battle to just not think. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Oh, I thought it was a lot closer than it was. What's in here? What are you guys protecting? Oh, fuck me. Oh my god, and now it's like all of them. This is terrible.
I'm also good with airborne targets.
Here's the healing art!
Feel like me.
Leave the enemy's arms to me.
I'll trip it up.
No complaint here.
Oh my god. Oops. How do I, that's right.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Yeah, okay.
One's mine.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
That's my favorite quote. I'll stop your movement and I'll stop your life.
I can't hold on much longer.
Look sharp.
Lightning tiger blade.
That training's paying off.
Jesus.
I'm out of ammo.
Burn. Here I come. Rising
Ready now! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
action to action.
That one was cool. All of those are cool. Honestly, all of the boost strikes are amazing.
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade. Rising wiper.
Here! I'm out of ammo! Hand it in the wind!
I'm on it. You're mine.
In a bind? You see what happened there is you crossed me.
Dragon
Shouldn't have done that.
It's time to chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. I've still got a ways to go.
Is there anything else or just this chest? Just the chest. But let's hope that there's something in here that's worthwhile because we have no CP anymore. Okay.
Got some good
Yeah,
equipment.
another piece of
I
armor.
can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
You know what? We didn't actually look at any of the costumes that we got from the owls either. Whose armor was that? Oh, it was Dohalim's. Yeah, and that's a lot better. It's funny, he said it wasn't to his taste, but it was armor for him. Let's look at the outfits, because I'm pretty sure... Let's look at Law last. Oh, I don't think Law even got any. Oh, he only has that and that. Oops. Rinwell got some? Oh, I keep backing out by accident. So it's just her outfit in different colors. I really like her normal, but the red is really pretty too. Why don't we actually use the red for now? And then, Alphen got, yeah, some other colors as well. These are his normal, like from the beginning. This is his usual armor, but then he just has a few other colors as well. And then he has this and that. Ooh, I do like this white a lot, but I'm gonna stick with the Sin Cleaver. Yeah, and then Xion has her dress. Oh, that's beautiful. And she has red as well, and black. I do like this color scheme, but the black is really pretty as well, and so is this mint color. Why don't we go with the mint? All right, keep going forward. I hope there's a fucking fire somewhere. I don't see one. And there's also a lot of places to go. I'm not really sure which path is the right path. I would assume maybe this one. So why don't we just head straight there? We'll come back here and explore more later when I have more CP.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here?
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
It also could have been completely different terrain back when they built this place, because this area is very affected by the Earth astral energy. So yeah, it might have been a completely different area back then. We might never know, but it's really cool to think about.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Saar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
Where is it saying that I can go up? I'm not sure. I don't really want to get in a battle, so I will come back and explore that later. Right now, I will just head forward, which is what way? This way. Yeah, that way up. Or no, maybe it's not that way up, because he said it was all downhill. Well, it's not that way, because that's a dead end. I'm really tempted to go down there. But I don't have enough CP for it right now. Let's just head up this way. I'm assuming this is the right way. Maybe it'll start being downhill afterwards.
Green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Yeah, this has got to be the right way. This is a lot of uphill, Dohalim. The fuck did you mean? Maybe he means after this it's gonna be downhill, because this sure ain't downhill. Oh, there's a camp up there, thank God. Now we're just in a really rocky area. There is definitely not any greenery here. Well, this is the land of air, right? So you can actually see like how thick the air is here. That's a really cool touch.
What's that big tower over there?
It's cool as fuck. I don't even see any Zoogles. Okay, let's, ooh. I want to go that way, but I want to rest first.
I hate camping out.
That old tower and the ridge it stands on have long since been overrun with Zoogles. I'd only venture up if you know exactly what you're doing. I've given you my warning. What you do next is all up to you lot. I actually have not been paying attention to what any of the merchants have said. I didn't realize they actually give you, like, pertinent information. Oh well, let's rest. And then we'll head forward into the Zoogle-infested tower.
Everything's going pretty well so far.
Okay, that's all you had to say?
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
He's so dramatic, he fucking winks! I love him. Okay, we have a scene with Mahag Saar and Dohalim again. Let's talk to Dohalim because he's the only one we haven't seen a camp scene with yet.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menencia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menencia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever.
I'm glad they're talking
Yet
again.
Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Yeah, their relationship is so
Couldn't it be precisely
interesting.
because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
Aww.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
They're trying to be friends
It's
now.
funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way.
He really is trying to make amends. We're closer to Dohalim.
We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
And despite his shitty reasoning, he was still
Shall
a
we get
really good
moving?
lord to his people. All right. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Before I leaped.
I'm so sorry. I didn't think it was gonna be that far of a fall. Although I guess it's a really rocky area. Of course he would have fucking tripped. I should have just walked around, but I'm so impatient. Alright, well, can you fucking... Thank you.
Not this way, I guess.
Huh? Can we jump across? Ah! Yes, we can. Nope, I missed.
Not this way, I guess.
What? Can we really not jump across? Am I not supposed to be going this way at all? Do I have to go all the way back? Well, let's attempt that. Let's go back. And let's take one of these other paths. I bet you it's this one here. I did think it was strange that Dohalim said it was all downhill and I went literally completely uphill. But I thought maybe it would be downhill after that. Yeah, I bet you it's down here. Oh god!
Whoa! Ow!
I'm sorry. I did not mean to jump down there. What is this? Nothing. I'm so sorry, that was such a long way to fall. I just fucking went for it. This has got to be the right way. Yeah, this is the right way.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
She's so sweet.
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
That's true.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
Is she a good cook, too?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Oh my god, vegetables
Isn't
are
that obvious?
delicious!
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
She's even
You
more
hear
wife
that,
material
Locke?
now.
Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Aww.
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Oh my god.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone
My
else.
god, Rinwell, shut
Rinwell,
up.
I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Aw, well, no better time to find out who you are, right?
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being an... Forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
Oh my
What do
god.
you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Aw, he's
Nevertheless, I shall
learning.
mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Aw.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law?
He's already
Would you
running
like to
away,
learn?
look at him.
Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
Oh my
You're not
god.
gonna let this go, are you?
That's so funny. I do love that Dohalim is willing to hear that, like, his opinion on something might have to do with his position. And he's good about being like, okay, you're right. I was wrong about that, and I will do better to learn.
Let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
That new outfit color
My
is
armor's
so
pretty
pretty
heavy.
on
I
her.
think I need a little rest.
Oh no, he's looking out for Xian, not
I
himself.
second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be.
Xian knows that they're trying to
Mahag
be
Saar's
kind to
capital,
her.
Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
That's so sweet. They know that Xian's too stubborn to take a break, so they're like, well, I need a
Don't need you
break.
fretting over me.
Fretting?
So
Hey,
stubborn.
It's not like I'm...
Well, I love them. Who are you? It's the guy from before. Same guy from before.
Been looking for you. For me? Why?
Who are you? Oh, he's a god.
He's tough.
Look at our little family.
Said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the... That is all I desire.
Mysterious swordsman. We have to fight him. Oh god.
Why are we fighting? Who even are you? Double demon You picked the wrong fight.
It's weakened.
Now this ends now. Who the hell are you?
Oh my god, this was such a random time to have a boss battle. I was not expecting this.
You mean he even surpasses a lord? Here's a healing arm.
Double demon Prepare to be seized. Can't get out of this. Double demon Now Demon Double demon
Rinwell's already dead. Alphen's already dead. Jesus, he's so fast. I kind of have a feeling this is a battle that I'm not supposed to win yet. Like, I'm assuming I'm gonna get to, like, maybe halfway on this one, and then they're gonna be like, yeah, he's too much of a god for you right now.
Here I go. I'm only getting started. Annihilation. Mega ray.
Almost.
Fall.
Too slow. Glimmer dragon.
I was overconfident.
Die.
Talon, I'm just getting started. Now or never. Talon storm.
Everybody else is dead.
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Fall.
Here we go.
Oh,
again.
Jesus.
All good things come to an end.
Talon storm.
Enjoy.
First strike.
Oh, I failed to use my mystic art. Jesus.
Finished.
That was fucking crazy. This guy is a god.
Who even are you? I really owe you one. For its really.
Take it down. Fall into my own
Roar.
Content cover the castle by the power of this
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Yeah, he's insane.
I hope this thing is medically approved.
You require a hand.
Raging cascade.
I can carve through walls.
Take this.
Oh, God.
Annihilation. Mega ray. I'm unstoppable.
You'll pay for that!
Will you heal me?
Here, let me help.
Thank
It's
you.
weakened.
I really owe
This
you one.
ends now!
I'll crush you!
Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Here, let me help.
Barely did anything to him.
Take this!
Mega Ray!
I'm on it!
Here's a healing arc!
I'm really... Enjoy. Disappear.
Eat this! Lunar Corruption!
Okay, I need to like focus on watching him and seeing where his openings are. It looks like he has a couple. Oh, okay. Was that enough? Okay, that was enough anyways. Yeah, he is faster than all of us put together. Don't touch Law! He just did a fucking flip while holding Law. And he dodged her magic. Jesus! He fucking destroyed her! Rinwell, holy shit. No! Don't you dare touch Hootle! Don't you dare touch Hootle! No! Oh my god. I hate him. He was gonna hurt Hootle. Hootle is so brave. He was gonna protect Rinwell. He fucking destroyed every single one of us.
That you've got. Very well. Then die.
Oh! She got him! She just grazed him, but that's more than anybody else was able to do. Ah! I knew it! One side of his eye glows. We saw this before. She just took a blow for him. She protected Alfin. What is happening? Maybe he's not half Renan. Maybe he's something completely different.
Till next time.
And he can just fucking teleport? Jesus, he's so amazing.
Wake up, please.
Xion, please be okay.
Alfin,
Xion.
thanks, but you're kind of crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I.
How is she okay? Okay, she healed herself.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Xion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
She almost died for him.
What the hell were you thinking?
It's the same...
You were trying to protect me too, you know.
It's the
Yeah,
same
but I
thing
have the
that
sword.
they talked about
It's different.
before.
It's not different. Besides,
When he tried to protect her before.
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Are we not gonna talk about what Alfin did? He's remembering something.
Alfin?
Sorry.
What did he remember?
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
Oh my
No,
god,
no, you're not.
Shion.
It's just...
Look,
They're all
I
worried.
appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
So they don't know that it was Alphen.
I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen?
So they do know
Can
it was
you use
Alphen.
Ganon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
Well, we definitely need to rest. Oh, we have another skit.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that.
He just worries about you. Honestly though, that was a big step for Shion, jumping in to protect somebody else like that. I mean, I know you could argue that like, oh, she was just looking out for her own interests and she needed Alphen because of the blazing sword, but like, if she had died, it wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Hey, are we gonna get going or what?
Like, if she died, then he wouldn't be able to use the blazing sword either. They need both of them for that. And the way she reacted was like instinct. That was the kind of reaction that you get when you see someone you care about in trouble and you just act without thinking. She put herself in harm's way and could have died in that situation because she saw Alphen about to die and she got scared. So that is a big step for her to realize that she cares enough about Alphen to instinctively put her own life in danger like that and even potentially give up her own life to keep him safe. That's fucking huge for Shion. God, I love the character growth and the slow building of all of their relationships with each other. It's so great to see them go from these people who didn't really trust each other in the beginning to slowly growing to care for each other and become this sort of little family. I eat that shit up. I honestly love that kind of storytelling. It makes me so happy. And it's like when you think about how they were at the beginning and then you think about how they are now, you're like, wow, we've come a long way. And it's so satisfying. All right, new fast travel point. This place looks cool. Oh, the purple banners and the architecture. It's so pretty. God, I feel like I have like a hair on my face. There we go, I think. Is that it? No?
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
There's something
Yes,
so
This is Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar.
pretty
I
about
don't
like
see any signs of
destruction.
people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Interesting.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened.
I like that each place we go to is different from the last.
This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
Like, it would be so easy for a game like this to just stick to, you know, the same basic formula. You go to a new city, you fight a new lord, and like, that is in a sense what they do, but they switch it up every time so that no city and no area that you go to is the same at all. Like, the people in Calaglia had a completely different situation from the people in Cislodia. Same with the people in Eldominancia. Like, every place had a very different story, and now we're at a place where there's fucking nobody here and everything's destroyed. It's so interesting to not know exactly what to expect.
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danons and Renins, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danons rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renins here, there should still be some people around.
Yeah, what happened?
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renin astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened.
There's gotta be somebody.
Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way
Aww.
he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
It probably
Moving on,
didn't.
Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renins can't even dress themselves?
Well, he is a lord.
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need. So I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renins like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
Poor
For starters,
Dohalim.
I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
My
She
God,
sounds like
she's
his
got a
mom
list.
rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
Oh my God.
This is why I hate you, Renins!
Shut up,
Did I
Rinwell.
say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Like, it's a dumb request, but an owl after it molted its feathers has no use for them. It's not like he was asking to hurt the owl. He's just like a prissy lord who has never not known luxury, and he has to learn how to deal with his surroundings now. Okay, we've got a couple places we can go. Obviously, this is the way we need to go, but let's see if there's anything I can collect over here first. Oh, a statue with the head cut off. That for sure is a message. This music actually is really amazing. This music is just fucking amazing. I kind of doubt we can go here yet. But yeah, it's locked. Something about these ruins is just so gorgeous too. It's like the ruins mixed with like all of the beautiful colors and banners and flowers. There's just something super beautiful about it. God, this might be my favorite music in the game so far. Look at this.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
This place is so beautiful. Well, there are houses. These houses are so cute. I would love to live in like a small little house like this. Oh my gosh, and these archways. I'm fucking obsessed. These pink lights. Ugh, this place is so gorgeous. I'm fucking obsessed. That purple lighting on the tower. Oh, there is a person.
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
Are you Danins?
You first. Show yourself.
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you?
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Aww.
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
Jesus, Alphen, I like it.
No need. I believe you.
I like that energy. Yeah, they're
I'm
Danin.
Bayfon, of the Dark Wings.
Of the Dark Wings.
Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces. So everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
So they did rise up.
Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danin leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true.
Now we've got two of them.
You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind.
No, they're part of
Everyone's
us.
short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
No, they're part of our group.
Not going to happen.
They come with us or we don't come at
for
all.
us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Even Rinwell doesn't want them to stay outside.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You take
You
all of
could have
us
left
or
me
none of
behind,
us.
you
No
know.
way.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that.
I don't like him.
Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids.
Fuck
Those
you.
other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Oh, that's a low blow.
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
They probably
I did,
didn't
that's
avoid
how.
it,
The
yeah.
chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
That's awful.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If
Shut
so,
your
then...
mouth, witch! That's enough!
Fuck you.
If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
Because they don't want to hurt us.
These bastards.
Whoa. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Oh.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now. But you knew that. Maybe it's because you and the little lady are friends and more.
Oh. Elfin, you're so awesome. I can't believe he just fucking punched him. Elfin reacts so emotionally, but I don't fucking blame him. That guy deserved that.
Enough. Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
Yeah, he deserved that for sure.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm, and don't ever come back. This is Danan's realm, and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here, and I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Way!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm!
He's
We're not
a
afraid
just
of any
as
Bright
bad
Eyes.
leader as
It's
the
only a
fucking
matter of
Renin
time before I
Lords.
throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
This is a really interesting predicament. Like, what good is freedom if the next ruler who takes over is only slightly better
Hey,
than the
wait up.
last?
Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renin pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
In this realm, we
Better
need to
you
take
than
down
me.
Deadeye.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But Well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
Okay, everybody else here has lost
It's
people
a little
too.
ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Exactly. He's just the
Hey,
same.
Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
We certainly
This
don't
isn't
care.
Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Yeah, Rinwell needs to learn that. That's an important
Let's head on over
lesson
to
for
that lodge.
Rinwell.
We'll figure out what our next move is there.
Because he understands that just because he wants revenge on the Renans that harmed him, getting revenge on Renans that had nothing to do with it isn't gonna do anything for anybody. But Rinwell is so focused
Hey,
on...
are we gonna get going or what?
She's so focused on just hating on the Renans no matter what, that she can't really separate the people who hurt her and the people who didn't.
I get the feeling Deadeye's signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
Yeah, he killed his
I know.
own people.
How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
No, it's another
Yeah,
bad
I
guy
don't
took the
either.
place of another
Deadeye
bad
might have
guy.
managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it.
But you shouldn't be
But you
used
shouldn't
to
have
it.
to be, Shion.
Exactly what he
That's
said.
just... What I mean to say is...
You shouldn't have
when
to
you've
get
been a
used to
slave
that.
for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him, too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
Exactly.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Aww.
I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling. But at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
Aww.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danins with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art.
And he got it all
Words could not
stolen from
describe my
him.
bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
I love him.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Yeah, but that wasn't him.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
I think having Dohalim is very good for Rinwell, because Dohalim and Rinwell actually have a lot in common, but she doesn't want to have anything in common with him because he's a Renan. But he's not the person who hurt you, and he is working with you to right the wrongs of the past. So you can't just blindly hate everyone just because other people who are also Renan have hurt you. They said the building at the end, but which one is that?
Not this way, I guess.
This one? Beyond here is the aerial plaza that leads to El Madrea's castle, but for now it's sealed off, so I'll have to ask you to turn away. Okay, so that goes to the castle. Oh, is it the inn that they're talking about? That would make sense for it to be an inn. Yeah, here we go. Are you the Blazing Sword of Calaglia? You're welcome to stay here if you like, but just don't cause any trouble while you're here, understand?
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
But can we really leave things
I
like
want to
this?
go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia.
Oh, it's hard for her being around so many people.
Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise.
Aww. This
You can
music is
trust
really
me,
pumping me up.
Maybe even lean on me a little, if you want.
They're so cute!
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yes, say you will!
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
She
What was all
cares
that about?
about him. And obviously he cares about her too.
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
The Akfodal Hills lie just across from this gate. If you venture southwest, you'll find the road to Adden Lake. If you go northwest instead, you'll eventually find Estaluva Forest. Okay, so it is this way. Stay west and you'll come upon the Adden Ruins. Wherever you go, you're bound to encounter ferocious Zeugles, so travel with caution. Let's head on out. Into the forest we go. Oh, it's so pretty. Valley of the Four Winds, Mahag Saar.
Ah, got sand in my eyes.
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hoodle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Yeah.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. They just made the world into what they needed. They changed everything how they saw fit.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck.
That's so
now
cute.
Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
Yeah, she does have really pretty
From what
hair.
I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
They were so sweet. They grew up only having each other, and he did his best to raise her despite, you know, being a brother and not a parent. Oh god.
I never miss. These ones can run rings around her. In here.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Here goes.
Too fast.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
We are freaking invincible.
Nathan and the others truly are strong.
What about me?
Aw, La.
Ignite.
Glacial spear.
Tear you apart. Double demon fang.
Watch this.
Raging storm.
Storm. Lightning thrust. Blazing thrust.
Air thrust.
I'll run you through.
Here.
I'll tear you apart.
Alvin. Astral energy.
Say no more.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Alright, what does this map look like? Okay, there's a bunch of kind of little side nooks and crannies where there's probably some items, but mostly it's a straight path forward. And then we have to go this way, she said, to the forest. So we'll go straight and then we'll go around to the right.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
Kisara's so
And,
dependable.
Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Aww.
Don't you ever get tired?
I think it's nice that, like, they all have these different quirks based on the way that they lived. And they kind of have to learn how to work around those so that they can function better as a group. It's really cute.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
Yeah, they destroyed everything.
We should be able to cook here.
Alright, I don't even know if we really need it, but let's go ahead and rest anyways. I don't know if I have anything really to sell. Just one thing.
I feel all bent out of shape.
I know what you mean. Hard to settle down after seeing all those ruins.
We fought hard to help liberate the people of Dana, but every realm we've been to along the way could have easily turned out like this.
When powerful forces collide, the destruction they leave gets that much worse.
So we've been lucky things haven't turned out worse up until now?
Regardless, I don't want to see this realm get messed up any more than it already is. We have to capture this lord ourselves no matter what.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
At least they're getting
It is a
along
little
again.
strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with.
That's true. She
Hey,
does that with
Maul,
everybody.
I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Look at his little blushy
Point
face.
taken.
He's so sweet.
You just like looking after people.
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me.
She's
Back
so
in the day,
great.
Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Yeah, he needs to
Sure, that's
relearn
how
a lot
all
of
the Renans are probably
behaviors.
raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Aww.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Yeah, she has forgiven him for sure. She knows that he has better intentions now and there's no point dwelling on the past.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
Oh my god,
I don't
Dohalim.
think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
That's so wholesome.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
She is like a
I
mom.
may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
Aww.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Oh my god.
Shutting.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own
Oh my god. Kisara is a mom. Oh my god, we have so many skits right now.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core.
I love Dohalim.
It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Shut the fuck up, Rinwell. Oh my god, I've been saying that so much this episode, but shut the fuck up, Rinwell. He is not the one that hurt you.
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Okay, we've got Rinwell, Law, and Kisara. Well, I'm pissed at Rinwell right now. I already talked to Kisara once this episode, so let's talk with Law.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomachache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too.
Yeah, you do need to take breaks when you exercise.
And forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff.
Aww, poor Law. Hana, this is not the time. Alright, let's walk on in here, but I don't know if we're gonna do too much here in this episode. Oh, it's so pretty though. Esteluva Forest. What is this in the middle? Like a gazebo?
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danon bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
Okay, so this is an elevator. Looks like this elevator is stuck. Damn it, what the hell did the Renans do to it? We're not getting out of here unless we find a way around it. Why don't we look around and see if there's anything useful? A wise idea. Perhaps we'll find another way down. That all right with you, Xion? Sure. Okay, so we've got to just investigate around the forest. Ooh, there's a lot of layers down. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, yeah, we have to go this way. For sure. And we can climb down, it looks like the vine. Oh, it's a ladder. It just has a lot of plants on it. All right, we're another floor down. Another ladder. Jesus, we are going all the way down. This place is really cool, though. I can't wait to explore all of this. Jesus, is there another ladder? Oh my god. All the way to the bottom, huh? Alright, so we want to go this way and I'm assuming fix the elevator. Krista Madillo.
I hope I live long
Oh,
enough
God.
to regret this.
Denied!
Here I come!
They got me! If it's in the sky, their hide is thick as armor! That freaking does it!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest. Demon Crest coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's the healing arc!
Rising Lyra! Not today! I owe you one.
I'll stop it! Thanks, Kisara! Here, let me help!
Inferno turret! I'm on it! Talon Storm!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm on a roll now! Rising Lyra! First strike! Rising Storm!
Raging Storm!
Rising Lyra! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
I'm on it!
This
Oh, Jesus.
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you? And not really built for close quarters combat. Nor am I.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
You sure showed them.
All right, so hopefully this
All in
will
a day's work.
get the elevator back online. There's a lot of stuff around here. Like somebody's been here. Looks like the generator to an elevator. Turn on the elevator. Absolutely. Can now stop on the surface as well as B3 and B4. And what's down the other way? Can I go around? Nope. Fuck.
Looks like trouble with capital T.
Together, we've got this!
Run you through! Eat this!
Oh god.
It's like trying to keep up with the walls in the sky is mine.
Look sharp.
Lightning tiger blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Hey,
I'll never miss!
leave the enemy's arch to me.
No complaints here!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
First strike! Slide! First strike! I'm on it! Try it!
Oh, damn it.
I'm on it! Ignite! I'll run you through! First strike! Storm! Take this!
Now!
Rinwell! Heaving descent! Flashing bang!
Easy!
Way to go!
You're mine!
Eat this!
I'll run you through!
One at a time!
Rising now!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
I'm on it!
Yeah.
Help it! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again.
Oh, there's something here. We also have a skit.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
Aw,
If
bonding.
this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
Yeah, there's something really fishy
That's
going
what
on
we're here
here.
to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
A couch that looks completely out of place here. Was it for a lord? Something makes me think that this lord is not actually our enemy. A collection of literature pertaining to astral arts across multiple fields of research. Yeah, she was staying here. A collection of old experiment implements. Someone's been keeping mementos. Interesting. Alright, well, we've got to go up on the elevator. I'm assuming B3 is what we want. But, yeah, I'm assuming we're gonna have to keep searching this place quite a bit. There's a few different floors for us to go through. So I'm actually gonna search this place next time because I'm nearing about 3 hours of filming. So yeah, we're gonna leave this for next time. I might do a bit of like side quests and things off camera. But next time we're gonna continue back here and investigate the forest more. I cannot fucking explain how much I love this game. Wait, let me go to the pause screen. I seriously am always like, oh, this game can't get any better, right? Like, it's already so good, and then it just gets better to me. Every single character is written super well. All of them have their own flaws, which I think is important. Like, each and every one of them kind of have to learn how to work together because, like, they all have the same goals in mind, but they're not always the perfect team because each of them are so different and they have their own pasts and their own reasons and motivations for what they're doing. So I like that, like, they're all such different people and they're all such great characters and well-written characters, but like, they don't always work as the perfect team, although they all care about each other. It's just really, really well done. I love seeing like a team that isn't always like the perfect fit right from the beginning. Like, they have to kind of grow to trust each other. You really don't trust somebody right off the bat. It's something that takes a long time to build, and I love the way that this game shows that the more they travel with each other, the more they trust each other, but it's not something that just comes easily or naturally. They have to work their way towards that. And I think it's so great. And every single area also has brought up like interesting things to think about, like interesting moral dilemmas. Because in Cislodia, we had the whole dilemma of like, were the people wrong for ratting out their own people, even though it helped them to survive? And then in Elda Menencia, we had the dilemma of like, should we even free this realm if they're happier the way they are? And now here in this realm, we've got the dilemma of what do you do if the Danans who overthrew their lord put a leader in place that is in many ways just as bad as the lords are? So every single area that we come to gives us some kind of moral dilemma to think about, and I fucking love that. It's not just like, we go to a new area, we fight some kind of evil lord, and then we continue onward. This game is like constantly giving you new ideas to challenge your own way of thinking, and I think that's fucking amazing. I am so beyond impressed with pretty much everything about this game, and I can't wait to figure out next time what's going on with this lord, why she's been living out in this forest, and what her deal is, as well as what's the deal with the Black Wings group. So next time we've got even more mysteries to unravel, and I'm really excited to see how they play out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed it. Check out my Ko-fi link in the description if you'd like to support the channel, and hit subscribe to become a fledgling and join the clan. I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye!